कारयित्रे नमः। कारयत्रीति कारयितृत्वः त्वं नाम कुर्वित्या ज्ञापय कृत्वं जायमान कार्यगोचर कृत्यु उत्पत्ति हेतु कर्म बोधकत्वम् इदं च लिंगलोत्तप्य प्रत्ययानामर्थः विधिनिष्ठभावने उच्यते। तेषां शब्दात्मकतया जडानां तथात्वा संभवात् तद अधिष्ठान चैतन्य रूपतया सर्वे वेदा यत्रैकं भवन्ति इति श्रुत्या। वेदस्यात्मा भेदेन सप्तकाशतया अर्ध प्रकाशन द्वारा प्रामाण्यम विधीनामपि वेदैक देशतया प्रेरण रूप तद अधिष्ठान चैतन्य आत्मना कारयति तथा येष हेव साधु कर्म कारयति इति श्रुते। कारयित्री, one who makes us to do. Karayatri, she will get things done by us. She is a commanding power. This denotes the prescribed deeds which are to future results. They are inert and cannot themselves enforce their meaning. She, as the presiding awareness of these words, Shabdas, Vedas, is their enforcing power. Sarve Veda, I told you already, this is a Yatraikam Bhavanti Shruti. You have to find in Shruti actually. Sarve Veda Yatraikam Bhavanti iti. Where? In Atman, all Vedas become united. According to this Shruti, what is that? Sarve Deva Yatraikam. Vedas and Atman being one and the same. Because that's what Shruti was. Sarve Veda Yatraikam Bhavanti iti. By her own light, by her own prakasha, she illuminates the meaning of the Vedic text. Very interesting. Karayatri Namaha. By her light, by her illumination, the meaning of Vedic texts are made known to us. So, if you want to understand the Vedic texts or Upanishad texts, they are not simply letters, sounds. We need her light. She must illuminate that light. That only possible for us to understand the Vedic and Vedic text. We should not feel that I have read so much of Upanishads. I have glanced at 8 Upanishads. I wrote 10 Upanishads. I have seen all Bhashyas. No. There are only letters and sounds. The real meaning of those texts is revealed only when she illuminates them. It is possible for one who surrenders to her. Once surrendered, I tell you, even who doesn't know anything of ABCD of Veda Upanishad, will be knowing it. I guarantee you for it. Panditya will simply come. Understand Vedic text. I can give an example right now here. Maybe it's a mythology. Maybe the story might have been exaggerated. We do that. Always history is exaggerated. Even history also. Then mythology naturally. Now, take the example of Kalidasa. An exaggeration in the story accordingly. He was a little ignorant person. Then he got the Devi Krupa and he has become a great scholar. And he wrote so much. What does it mean? What it conveys? Surrendering to her. So a good example we have with us. So, exactly, which is her illumination. If you are understanding Veda Upanishads, which is her light. She is illuminating to know the meaning of the text. As these authoritative mandates are parts of Veda. They are her commands. And as their presiding consciousness, she enforces their performances. Once again, Shruti has come here. Yesha heva sadhu karma karayati Shrutehe. Yeta hesha sadhu karma karayati. He alone makes one perform good actions. It is in Kenopanishad, 3rd chapter, 8th verse. So she is Karayatri. That's it. Karayatri also means to cause an action. She is the cause for all actions. And this we can understand better with the next nama. Om Karma Phala Pradaya Nama. Karayatri, next is Phala of that Karya. Karma Phala Pradaya Nama. And we also see that what is this Yesha Heva Sadhu Karma Karayati from Kenopanishad. For that also Shankara wrote Bhashya. Karayatri Namaha, referring to Lalita Sahasranama also. Pancha Kritya Parayana. Okay, Kritya is okay. Pancha also okay. Parayana means one who acts. That's what we normally understand. But this doubt, Bhaskara Mikin Bhashya clarified. Parayana also has a meaning fond of. She is fond of. She likes. She loves all Panchakrityas. We know that. Pitru Karya, Deva Karya, Bhuta Karya, Brahma Karya, and Atithi Karya. I have also given meaning for Brahma Karya as Brahma Yagna. That is Pitru Yagna. That Karya is now replaced with Yagna. Pitru Yagna, Deva Yagna, Brahma Yagna, Bhuta Yagna, Atithi Yagna. When this Karayatri, so I want to say, use the word Karya there, that is Yagna. When we talk about Brahma Yagna, I also mentioned it is none other than the Gnana Yagna, knowing Brahma. So, Panchakritya Parayana also can be applied here to Karayatri because she loves, she is fond of these Panchakrityas, Panchayagnas. And also we know that Bhaskara Mikin further say Panchakritya Parayana. He also says one who performs the Panchakritya. So Parayana has two meanings. One is performing herself, other one is who is fond of, who loves it. Both ways is applied here. When it comes to Parayana, as who performs it, we know that there are Panchakritya Parayana, Srishti Sthiti Laya, Prodhana, and Anugraha. That I need not to explain further. We know first three, Srishti Sthiti Laya. Tirodhana is taking the universe to its primordial state, where nothing was there except Brahman was there. Tirodhana is annihilation. Nothing was there. That was the condition before anything was created. Nothing was there. Laya means whatever is created is destructed. So you must understand the difference between Laya and Tirodhana. Tirodhana is annihilation, nothing. Only Brahman, nothing else was there before anything was created. That situation, condition is called Tirodhana. Then once again Anugraha. It repeats. We know that it has been told in our Puranas. 14 mantras. We have spoken about mantras in some other session. Now we are in 7th mantra. Each mantra, I know, goes to lakhs of crores of years. After 14 mantras, there will be Tirodhana. Till then, there was Tirodhana. Anyway, that goes into millions of years. That was not the subject matter at this point in time. We can discuss it on some other occasion about mantra and with this we conclude the name Om Kali Priye Namaha.